Hello students, good morning all of you. All together today we are going to have very important information, very much useful information as far as your professional life, I mean to say decision making is concerned. Today we are going to understand about the probability distributions. Yesterday we extensively learned about mathematical expectation, or simply what do you called expectation. How do you denote? Like this: expected value of x is equal to sigma xi, its probability of xi, nothing but where I takes values up to n. The expectation nothing but the improvement over probability. By clubbing all this information all together, we are going to understand now the probability distributions. Yesterday itself I actually informed you that the probability distributions are two types. One type are discrete distributions, one more type are continuous distributions. So under discrete distributions, the very important distributions what you are going to understand in your MBA level is nothing but the binomial distribution, and next we are going to discuss the Poisson distribution. So under continuous distribution we are going to understand the king of all the distributions, which is nothing but the normal distribution, right? Now, before understanding the discrete or else the continuous distributions, what is the purpose of probability distributions? You have to understand. Now, whenever any microparticle is there, microbes are there, invisible to the naked eye things are there, generally we take the help of electronic microscope, you know very well. Like virus is there, bacteria is there, the COVID kind of microbes would be there. How do you see with the help of the, I would say, electronic microscopes? The purpose of the electronic microscope there is nothing but which enhances the size of that particular microbe, smallest particles. Okay, that is one realistic example. And if you want to understand the taste of any dish, any what you call cutlery, cooking item, how do you do that? Just by tasting that one. So one more real-time application. Okay. Same way, if you want to understand, if at all any person's sporting skills, like whether he is a good batsman or a good bowler, how do you understand that? Ask him to bowl, to what you call the play the batting. Looking at his or her skills, you are going to denote, you are going to understand whether he is a batsman or a what you called bowler. Now truly here if you observe, three situations I was actually explaining you. The first one is understanding about the nature of the microbes. The second one is understanding the taste of any item, cooked item. The third one is, to actually understand the skill set of a player. So here, for different situations, you are using three different tools. Am I right? For the first situation, the electronic microscope. For the second situation, we are using tongue, as our sensors. For the third situation, what you are doing, we are observing. That means for every situation, we are applying what you call various techniques to understand, to clearly get the clear idea about that situation. Same way, whenever the data is given to you in terms of the numbers, okay, then how to understand about the data? Probability information is there. How to understand that probability information? So in what you call upcoming decade, whether the Reliance company Jio, let us suppose, going to do a good business or not, or else Adani company is going to defeat the Reliance company, or else Tata's companies will take over of what you call the first position. How do you understand that? There what is happening, the data will be available. So in order to have that future expectation, you require some tool. Strictly speaking, the statistics is nothing but the set of all the tools only. You have to understand which tool when to use and as well as how to use. The probability distributions are those kinds of tools which allows you to understand about the probability data. Like forecasting of a sales of a particular supermarket is there. As you all know, Amazon, now world's topmost online business, which does understand. So if they want to expect in the next coming festive season how much business they are going to do, probability information. Okay. And let us take for example the present situation. Since 2019 we are all fearing, suffering about that COVID. A new drug has been developed. Some probability information is there whether the developed drug Covishield or Covaxin or else some Pfizer company's drug, whether those are going to be effective or not when they actually intake by the what you call the persons. Jobs are taking place. Job, JAB. Job means what? Injecting that medicine, not JOB. So all these are all nothing but the probability data. In order to understand that probability data, we make use of the probability distributions. Is that clear? The main purpose of the probability distribution is nothing but which explains whatever all probability data is available. So what you call technically sample space. So how do you denote sample space? You denote the sample space by means of the capital S. If the probability data involves integers and taking up of their probability, that becomes a discrete data. If the probability data involves continuous data with respect to probabilities, there you are going to apply the continuous probability distributions. Hope you are all clear with that idea. Understand? Now we are going to discuss exclusively the very, very important discrete type of probability distribution, which is nothing but the binomial distribution, or else which can also be known as a binomial Poisson distribution. This distribution actually given to us by James Bernoulli. James Bernoulli. Okay, I think in the year 1713. Okay, so honoring him, this distribution is also known as by one more name, Bernoulli distribution also. So here the bi means what? Two. Mono. Mono means single. Bi means two. Tri means three. Okay. Penta means 5, tetra means 4, hexa 6, septa 7, octa 8, nino, deca, isn't it? These are all, some way of denoting the numbers. Here the bi means 2. The binomial distribution is going to be useful to us whenever the sample space involves only two mutually exclusive things. So again I am using this very, very important word, mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive events means only what you call one of the events is going to take place. Events means in a common parlance, a result. Understand? Only two results would be there. That too, both of them should be mutually exclusive. By means two. So only two results should exist, that also mutually exclusive to each other. Those two results, technically in the probability language, we denote by means of like this: P, Q, okay? P, Q, Q, P, Q, like this. What is P here? The P is known as the probability of success, you know very well. Whereas the Q is nothing but the probability of failure. So when a situation is measured in terms of its success and failure, all the distributed values correspondingly represented with the probabilities, that becomes a what we call a probability distribution. There exclusively you can apply the binomial distribution. So that is the thumb rule to apply, to identify. Stomach ache hai to what is the tablet we need to take? Generally Beralgan. Headache hai to we generally apply what is that? Amrutanjan, RL Jandu bomb. Such a way, when the situation is measured with only two outcomes that are mutually exclusive to each other, then that indicates that there you can apply the binomial distribution for further probing. Is that clear? Now how to understand the binomial distribution? Remember that from now onwards, for any probability, to understand these things we are going to cover. The first thing is, what is its photograph? And what are its limitations, if at all there, and what are its properties. If these three areas, if you cover, that makes that we are fully aware of that respective distribution. Now here the photograph, in the sense, technically the probability function. The probability function. So when you are going to apply for any job, the first thing they ask any company, what is that? You paste one passport size photograph. By looking at your facial features, face reading kind of techniques would be there. They understand whether you are sincere or not. Just like that, for every what you call the probability distribution, whether that is a discrete or continuous, an exclusive formula would be there. That you need to apply. Understand? So don't write photograph like that. So what is the technical word you have to write here? The probability function. Strictly speaking, generally in the what you call the science category, the people who belongs to sciences, they call this probability function, especially in the discrete distribution, as PMF. PMF stands for probability mass function. In any textbook, if you find PMF of the binomial distribution, don't confuse. Don't panic. What is the meaning of that? The probability mass function. Same way for the continuous distributions, the probability function is known as PDF. The PDF stands here, the probability density function. So overall way, how many PMFs we are going to get in this MBA paper? 2 PMFs, because 2 discrete distributions we are going to read. One is binomial distribution and one more is Poisson distribution. And how many PDFs we are going to get? Only one PDF. That is for normal distribution, because that is a continuous distribution. Okay. So strictly speaking, in a layman words, what is meant by PMF or PDF? It's a probability formula which allows us to calculate the probabilities of the respective distribution. Is that clear? Now let us define the binomial distribution. Okay. Let us suppose that here a random variable x follows a binomial distribution with p number of successes and q number of failures, and n times that experiment has been repeated, small n. Then the probability mass function of the binomial distribution is given by so B dot D stands for binomial distribution. How do you write? So this is the notation. You need to by heart this. So remember that the mathematics, statistics, just by observing you cannot understand. You need to write. So all of you observe how I am writing this formula. Probability of x, which is nothing but the random variable probability of taking a value x. So how do you write? Nothing but NCX p power x q power n minus x. This probability formula can also be written in one more form. So NCX directly can be written like this also, NCX. Both are same in terms of year brackets, or what you call this combination function. You can write NCX like this. So what is that? NCX p power x q power n minus x. So this is called the probability formula, the PMF of the binomial distribution. So only two results are there. What is that? Small p, small q. Very, very important. Now here, what are the observations here? Now here the small n represents the number of trials. You know very well, tossing coin 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, which are nothing but n is equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Number of times you are repeating that. Okay. Now, where x is nothing but success, number of successes. Number of successes. Where p is nothing but small p, probability of success. Probability of success. Similarly, q is nothing but the probability of failure. Probability of failure. Okay. Don't confuse here with that of x meaning and p meaning. Where p is the probability of the success, that means its value between 0 to 1 only. Where the number of successes means more than 1 or more than 1. So let us suppose that getting head is a success. If you flip the coin into the 10 times, let us suppose that you got the x value might be 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. But the probability is going to be between 0 to 1. So should not confuse with the meaning of x and as well as the p. Okay. So this is what actually the photograph of the binomial distribution. It looks like this. You have to, have the image of this entire information in your mind. So you should not forget these kinds of formulae forever throughout your life. So binomial distribution, how many terms involved? Only 2 terms. That too what in nature? Mutually exclusive to each other. The probability of x, that is equal to probability of x is equal to x, NCX p power x q power n minus x. What is the one more way you can write this? NCX is equal to p power x q power n minus x. Okay. Now what are the limitations? Where you can apply this, what you call the binomial distribution limitations. Okay. Always n should be finite. N should be finite. That means beforehand, before applying this binomial distribution, you should have this number. How many times that experiment has been conducted. If this n value is unknown, we cannot apply the binomial distribution. Okay, that is very, very important. The second limitation, only two outcomes should be there. Outcomes should be there. The two mutually exclusive to each other. So when you flip the coin, only two outcomes. What are those? Head and tail. Any one only will come. At any time, is it possible to have head as well as tail? No. In those situations, if you are getting such kind of results, you cannot apply the binomial distribution. So many examples I can quote here. Whether after completion of the manufacturing of television, quality testing inspector would be there. SQC, statistical quality control. You will be observing a sticker OK when you get the television or else any big product. On the carton, that OK sticker would be pasted. What is the meaning of that? The television underwent so many tests. Now God passed the hands, the television is in your hands. Television works or not works. Only two options. When you switch on the bulb, whether that glows or not glows. Only two options. When a person takes birth, he will die. Taking birth, dying. Only two options. Like so many situations are there, only two options would be there. Two outcomes would be there. The two mutually exclusive to each other. Understand? So the binomial distribution limitations are what? N should be finite. And two outcomes only should take place, that two mutually exclusive to each other. You name that success and as well as the failure. The third one, all outcomes should be independent to each other. This is also very, very important. So internally, influencing kind of factor should not exist. If head is turning up independently, that should turn up. If tail has been turning up, that also should be turned up independently. Subject to these limitations only, the binomial distribution can be implemented. Is that clear? Explain binomial distribution. It's a very, very important question, theory question. So what you need to write? You need to write the definition of the binomial distribution. If limitations exist, write down the limitations. Next we are going to discuss these things you need to born in your mind, which are nothing but the characteristics. The characteristics of binomial distribution. Very, very important. The basic first characteristic of the binomial distribution. The binomial distribution is a discrete distribution. You know very well. Because it assumes only the integer values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, dash like that. Very, very important. First thing. Binomial distribution is the discrete distribution. I mean to say in all the discrete situations only you can apply the binomial distribution. The second one, very, very important. In the binomial distribution, n comma p are known as parameters. Very, very important this one. New word to all of you. Parameters. What is a parameter? A parameter is an indicator. which explains about that situation. While driving on that vehicle, if you want to take the left direction, you switch on the left indicator, right direction, right indicator. So it alerts the rear vehicle and as well as the vehicle who is there before you sometimes. Same way, in order to understand about the entire distribution, if you have only these two values, that is enough. You can understand completely about this binomial distribution. One more way, the parameter is nothing but very, very important numerical information. That means if you know n and p values, whatever other things you want, because for every distribution there are so many properties are there, like mean will be there, mode will be there, standard deviation would be there, skewness would be there, kurtosis would be there. So moment generating function will be there, characteristic function will be there. All these things if you want to find means, just try to get first thing is n and p value. Hence this n comma p are known as the parameters in the binomial distribution. So for every distribution, parameters would be there. Like in the case of Poisson, next we are going to discuss. Lambda, only lambda will be assumed as the parameter. Okay. So this is the second characteristics of the binomial distribution. The third one, very, very important. The mean of the binomial distribution, which is nothing but the product of these two things. Okay. Next, the variance. Variance of the binomial distribution is n p q. You take the product of number of times the experiment has been conducted, the probability of success and as well as the probability of failure. Okay, the very, very important relation, the property number 5. Always mean of the binomial distribution is more than that of the variance of what you call NPQ. This is very, very important property. So what is that? NP is always more than that of NPQ. Very, very important property. Property number 6. Skewness of binomial distribution, which is nothing but beta 1. How do you get? Q minus P whole square by NPQ. So carefully observe everywhere what you are involving NP, sometimes Q. Same way, the 7th property, kurtosis. Kurtosis of binomial distribution, beta 2, is nothing but 3 plus 1 minus 6PQ whole divided by NPQ. Okay. Now what do you mean by skewness, what do you mean by kurtosis? Very, very important. Now when a data is given to you, the first thing you need to identify is which distribution is suitable. So further, the best technique is try to what to call denote the data on the graph paper. So when a data has been denoted, the shape of the curve, let us suppose that like this. Okay. The extension over left hand side or the right hand side is known as the skewness of the data. See here, strictly speaking, this is rightly skewed. So what is this diagram shows you? This data has been left side skewed a lot. So how much that one skew left side or right sky, what you call right side, can be understood by this wonderful value. Whenever skewness is not there, then you call the distribution as a symmetric distribution. So the last distribution, normal distribution, we are going to understand, which is a symmetric distribution. Same with the kurtosis. What is the meaning of the kurtosis? The kurtosis is nothing but the peakedness of the curve. How much sharpness is there when you go up to the curve? There are three things are there. Like one more shape and like one more shape. Three shapes. Leptokurtic, platykurtic, mesokurtic. More sharp, little bit sharp and just like a plate. Leptokurtic, mesokurtic, platykurtic. So the sharpness of the curve of the particular distribution can be understood by this kurtosis value. How do you denote that? Beta 2. The extension of the curve towards left side or right side, whether the data has been skewed or not, you can understand by what you call the skewness information. How do you denote this one? By means of the beta 1. Okay. So these are the very, very important properties as far as the binomial distribution is concerned. What is that? The first one, the binomial distribution is a discrete distribution. The n and p are known as the parameters of the binomial distribution. The mean of the binomial distribution is np. Variance is npq. Always the mean of the binomial distribution is more than that of the variance of the binomial distribution. It's a very, very important relation. Skewness of binomial distribution, beta 1 is equal to q minus p whole square by npq. Kurtosis of binomial distribution, peakedness of the curve, whether that is a leptokurtic, mesokurtic, platykurtic. To understand that nature, we use this formula beta 2. Okay. So after understanding characteristics, now we are going to understand where actually can apply the binomial distributions, applications. The first very, very important area where you can apply the binomial distribution, nothing but in the industries, especially in the production area. Production area. What operations you find in the production area? What operations you find in the production area? There actually the raw material will be converted into a what you called a goods, a product like a fan, television, a switch, all other things, whether that is working or not. To identify that probability of functioning of that particular product can be calculated by using the binomial distribution in the production area. In the medical field, whether the produced drug is working or not, effective or not. If you want to understand that, you can apply the binomial distribution. Okay. Same way in the military, whether what you call the weapons, whatever produced, manufactured, functioning or not, can be tested. The success probability can be calculated by using this wonderful binomial distribution. Okay? So carefully understand this. So what is the important theory question? As far as the examination is concerned, what we discussed, explain about the binomial distribution. Okay? So this is the definition. So these are the limitations. So these are the characteristics. And these are the applications. Okay? So today, up to this, I stop here. Try to memorize all this information. In the next class, we actually going to do the problems under binomial distribution. Thank you so much. Happy in advance Independence Day wishes to all of you. Thank you so much.